Both stories mention isolated rooms, disappearing witnesses, assistants pretending not to see, and drinks that didn't taste right. Both mention Diddy present as host or collaborator. Both mention fear that lasted years. And now, with federal prosecutors describing Diddy's operation as a multi-layered organization involving executives, security staff, and creative directors, the dots start connecting. Was this network just a coincidence of fame and power or something more coordinated? Heaton hinted that it wasn't random, that there was a list of names of people who had seen or participated, and that footage existed. That possibility has the industry panicking. Executives who once attended Diddy's white parties are suddenly declining interviews. Publicists are combing through old photos to scrub associations. Netflix's documentary Sean Combs.
What about all those other girls that were there? Those 9 other girls who were drinking the drink before we even got there. But I know none of them got. I know none of them got saved. And I'm like, did they even remember? Did they even know what happened to them?
And in the center of it all is Nikki Heaton, the woman who started as a teenage dreamer with a guitar and ended up detonating one of the music industry's most guarded secrets. What she revealed isn't just about 2 men. It's about an entire system that thrived on silence, on assistants looking away, on stars believing they were untouchable. We can feel the walls closing in now, the narrative shifting from speculation to exposure. Federal investigators aren't done. Journalists are tracking flight records, subpoena lists, and unsealed testimony. Every whisper sounds like the next shoe about to drop. And somewhere behind all the panic and denial, people are asking the question no one wants to answer. If the Nike story is true, how many others are waiting to speak? If Heaton's right, then everything we thought we knew about the music industry starts to rot from the inside.
That's where Diddy has been for months now, but last week he was taken to the hospital. According to reports from the New York Post, Diddy was transported from MDC in the cover of dark at about 10 p.m. on January 30th. He was taken to a Brooklyn hospital for an MRI after reporting issues with his knee.
We have to ask, who else was there? Who looked away? Because for years, Diddy's empire wasn't just a brand. It was a fortress. The same assistants who booked flights also arranged what prosecutors now call private services. The same security teams that handled paparazzi also guarded rooms no one was allowed to enter. When we watch old footage of his legendary white parties packed with stars dressed like royalty on parade, we're seeing the surface of something that might have been engineered to hide the machinery underneath. Guests talked about sparkling fountains, but insiders say there were rooms no cameras ever saw. It's hard not to connect those whispers to what's coming out in court. Witnesses have painted Diddy's business as a hierarchy built for control. Bodyguards, runners, fixers, all bound by silence and NDAs. Some say the so-called parties were where deals were made and loyalty tested. Others say they were where people vanished. And then there's West's presence at those same events, floating between genius and chaos. Another powerful man surrounded by enablers who saw too much.
Don't let the haters bring you out. Keep going. Keep chasing your passions and dreams no matter what. Yeah. Do not let negative people get between you and your goals.
If both of them were there night after night, how could no one notice what was happening right in front of them? The more we dig, the clearer it becomes that silence wasn't accidental. It was currency. Former publicists have admitted that invites to Diddy's white parties were golden tickets. Careers could be made by being seen there and destroyed by speaking out afterward. Executives allegedly traded silence for introductions, influence, and favors. People who asked too many questions suddenly found their projects cancelled, their studio access revoked. One former assistant claimed in a deposition that Diddy's circle functioned like a secret society. Entry through charm, exit through fear. That fits too neatly with what Heaton described. The helplessness, the way everyone looked away. We've seen this playbook before. The RICO trial against Diddy has already drawn comparisons to cases against R.P. and the Nexium cult, both of which used glamour to camouflage control. Prosecutors have cited similar predicate acts. transport for immoral purposes, coercion, intimidation, witness tampering. They're arguing that Bad Boy Entertainment was more than a record label. It was an organized system designed to recruit, isolate, and silence. And that's where Heaton's confession lands like a detonator, linking a personal trauma to a federal case that now spans decades.
But if you look at it, it's all control. And then why is the CIA funding third world country record labels? Why is that happening?
Meanwhile, West's side of the story keeps mutating. His ex assistant, Lauren Pisciata's amended complaint doesn't just accuse him of misconduct. It lists years of manipulation, isolation, and psychological damage. It even references an earlier encounter at a Diddy event. The same night, Heaton says she saw something unspeakable. West's lawyers have dismissed it all as fantasy, but the timeline lines up too perfectly with other testimonies for anyone to ignore. When we put the pieces together, it's hard not to see two empires built on the same foundation of silence and complicity. Then there's the footage. Netflix's 4-part series Sean Combs The Reckoning features clips filmed in the days before his arrest. Diddy pacing hotel rooms, obsessing over image, surrounded by cameras even as federal agents closed in.
Diddy, obviously just starting out his time, well, not just starting out, but starting out his official sentence since being sentenced not too long ago. And I think suffice to say it's not going well so far.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, he's got 4 years and change that he's going to ultimately have to serve, although he has served already a year as he awaited his trial and then went through his trial.
Producers said he recorded himself compulsively like he couldn't exist unless he was being documented. If those archives are as vast as insiders claim, they may hold more than vanity. Former staff members told directors they saw tapes labeled only with initials stored in locked cases. What was in them? No one's sure, but prosecutors are reportedly combing through digital files seized during raids. And rumors say there's at least one recording investigators have yet to release. Behind the glamour, the pattern looks industrial. Cassie Venter's lawsuit detailed years of manipulation and violence. Now, new witnesses describe procurement networks. Assistants sent to invite guests, drivers paid to deliver them to after-hours mansions, cleanup crews instructed to erase evidence. Some of those employees have flipped, testifying under immunity deals. Others have disappeared from public view entirely. Every time one story surfaces, another lawsuit follows. Another insider decides to talk. It's as if the empire that once fed on secrecy is now choking on it. We've also learned that Diddy's obsession with royalty went further than image. His former publicist, Rob Shutter, recalled being ordered to call Prince William and Prince Harry repeatedly, offering luxury travel and security if they attended. He kept framed photos of them in his apartment, convinced that associating with nobility made him untouchable. That mindset, celebrity as divine right, might explain why people around him acted like moral gravity didn't apply. The parties, the endless recording, and the money flowing through every layer of his brand, it all fed the illusion that he couldn't be caught. Now the illusion is gone. In the courtroom sketches from his trial, Diddy sits expressionless as witnesses recount nights of chaos, employees buying party favors, assistants coordinating travel for women who didn't know what they were walking into, hotel staff bribed to hand over surveillance footage. Prosecutors say this is how the enterprise sustained itself. Pleasure at the top, fear at the bottom. One juror described the case as a puzzle built from broken lives. And yet, this might only be part of the story. Because if Heaton's experience was a decade-old fragment of the same pattern, we're looking at an operation that lasted far longer than anyone admitted. West's silence only deepens the unease. Reports place him in Tokyo, living like a ghost. No entourage, one hotel room, one assistant. He's been seen walking the city at night, face covered, refusing interviews. Sources close to him say he's unraveling under the pressure, terrified that American investigators might link him to Diddy's case. It's worth noting that both men once praised each other publicly, called themselves brothers in interviews, and even shared business interests. Now one is in a federal cell and the other is hiding overseas. If that's coincidence, it's a chilling one. Industry veterans are whispering that the next wave of fallout could hit anyone who worked under either man's umbrella. Former bad boy producers, tour managers, and stylists are all lawyered up. Some fear subpoenas. Others are cooperating quietly. We've even heard claims that major streaming platforms are preparing contingency plans in case old catalogs become legally toxic. Behind the scenes, yet, but we can feel the ground shifting under us. And as this story spirals from scandal to something closer to systemic exposure, we have to wonder who's next to be named. And what will they confess when the cameras finally turn their way? Tell us what you think. Are we watching justice unfold or just at the beginning of another cover-up? Until the next revelation drops, stay alert, stay questioning, and remember, truth in this world doesn't whisper. It waits, then it roars.